one of the most difficult things to do is to organize a group of volunteers. One, they are not paid for what they do. Two, they have what they actually do on site. So this volunteer thing is just something they do when they are free, unless somebody who is passionate about it. I'm telling you, you can call for a meeting and you go there and 2 people join you out of a group of 50 something.
What one thing would you tell your 18-year-old self looking back?
One thing I would tell my 18-year-old self, wow, stop procrastinating.
Welcome to the ABC show. Today our guest is Abdul Kahar, a young man who started secondary school as a general science student, went on to the university, switched to do accounting, has volunteered for a number of organizations, and through that has found a niche for a business which is running. So currently he's a full-time entrepreneur and doing amazing stuff for himself. Welcome to the show, Abdul.
Thank you very much, sir.
So I was saying that is usually when someone goes secondary school to do science, the goal is to become a doctor, which is what we all go in there to do, the sciences and all that. But your story is different. You switch from science to accounting, and what informed that decision?
Yes, so prior to going to the senior high school, yes, the dream was to be a doctor.
Okay.
A neurosurgeon, to be precise. And Benjamin Carson was my role model.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I had almost all his books. But after I completed in 2019, I just felt, why not try something different? So anyway, I applied to University of Ghana and I applied to UPSA. I got admission at UPSA. But I was like, let me wait for University of Ghana. They were not coming, so I just spoke to my uncle. Then we went to get UPSA. And when I looked through the courses, I was like, I think accounting will be good. I applied. Within a week, I got a response from the school. And that's how it started. And so far, so good.
So UPSA then, UPSA was then new. They were offering most of the science programs that you didn't get from like your University of Ghana, your KNUST and your UCC. What program were you offered and why did you attend that?
So I got dietetics.
Okay.
But looking at dietetics, that wasn't something
you wanted to do.
I actually selected it at the third option.
Okay.
I wanted something maybe closer to physician assistants.
Okay.
But dietetics wasn't something I really needed. So I just...
All right. Making that switch from science to accounting, did anybody question that transition, or you had a full backing of everybody? Did you have to explain to anybody why you wanted to switch?
Actually, no.
Okay.
So the funny thing is that I didn't get this educational, okay, do this, don't do it. No. So every decision I took was by myself.
By yourself.
And my uncle was the kind of person, when I come to him and tell him, this is what I want to do, what he will ask me is, are you sure?
Okay.
Yes, then go ahead and do it. And that was it. So there was nobody to convince, or not. It just happened.
And when we were initially discussing how you got into the accounting space, you mentioned that the generic courses were okay, and then when you got to the pure accounting courses, the principles, you had to grasp that before you moved in. How was that switch for you also?
So with that, principles of accounting was one of the courses. It was a bit okay for me until I got to corporate reporting.
Okay.
Oh God, that course really gave me hell. I remember, this is a funny story. I was in one of the exam hall. I opened the question and I could see things, but I couldn't see anything. So from there, I started writing a poem.
Okay.
And one of the things I can remember in that poem was, yes, I have seen what I'm seeing, but I can't do anything about it.
Did you have to reset that paper?
Yes, I reset that paper. And God being so good, I passed that paper.
All
so
right.
yeah.
what was the approach for the resit? I mean, what mindset did you go into that resit? Because I mean, to sit before an exam paper and write a poem, what mindset did you take into that the lecture hall, going for lectures and preparing to resit for that paper?
So even I didn't go for lectures for the receipts.
Okay.
So I just contacted the lecturer and said, that time I was working.
Okay.
So because of work, I will not be able to come. He said, no problem. I shouldn't come for lectures, but I should make sure I come and write IAs
Okay.
and the exam itself.
Okay.
I agreed. I had this friend, Aubrey Joshua, who was also around Medina. So I contacted Joshua, and Joshua was like, no problem. So I go to work during the day, and in the night, I stay at Joshua's place, just working on corporate reporting 1 and 2.
Okay.
And God being so good, I went to the IA. It was okay. When I went to the exam hall itself, what I was expecting, or how I was expecting the questions to be difficult, I mean, it was a bit easier for me. I don't know, maybe the more you go, certain
you've
things,
actually put in more effort.
Thank you very much. So everything became simple, and I actually got a B for that.
All right.
And I'm okay.
All right.
It's not an A, but it's fine.
Being a general science student, pursuing accounting in a class where you are likely going to have a lot of business students, was there anything to pick from the general science class to apply? I mean, earlier I said calculation shouldn't be a problem because of elective maths, physics and all that, so that shouldn't be a problem. But what would you say is something you picked from your general science class that was able to guide you through these stages whilst you were pursuing accounting?
Okay, so this is not only in the general science class. It is basically how I deal. Now, I don't really like working alone. I want people to be involved. Your understanding is different from my understanding. And I got this from the National Science and Maths quiz team. I was part of them back in Ghanata, just that I didn't get the chance to be on them. So I was always participating in the in-house ones. Yes. So always in groups, discussing and everything. So when I went there, I took this challenge. There was this guy called Michael Aqua. There was Bliss and other squad. I knew they were good. So what I do was that after class, I call them, please come and sit down, come and sit down, come and sit down. When you give me the reading, I'll read it for you. But the principles, I was a bit confused. It was not adding up to me. So I read the reading text, explain to them, this is what I understand. They take the principle and they explain it to their own understanding. Okay. And that gave me some insight on how the accounting this thing works. And we are here now.
I teach part-time and I tell students that usually in the university, learning in groups makes it easier for you to pass the exam. Like
100%.
Don't go in there wanting to show that I am there's an individual aspect where everybody goes with their certificate, but when you study in groups,
you get it.
It makes things, and for me that's what has worked for me in my entire life. So writing an exam is not an issue once you're able to study. So when you entered the university, what kind of future were you imagining for yourself when you finally chose? Because you wanted to be a medical doctor, you had a mentor, you had these books and all that, and then you switched into a new field. What future did you envisage for yourself?
Okay, so when I got to UPSA, first year, second year, I mean, I was just testing the waters, scanning to see what I'll take until I got to the third year when I did auditing. And I was like, auditing it's nice. It's something I would like to go into. So I started paying close attention to audits. But upon graduation, yes, I still have that feeling to go in there someday. That is if I'll continue auditing or economics.
Okay.
So either auditing or economics. But for now, they are all on hold because I'm currently pursuing something else.
I'll say that you are the youngest person I'm interviewing so far since the podcast started.
Wow.
And the the fact that you are done with school, not looking for a regular job, starting something on your own, and the story that you got into it through volunteering, it's what makes me want to tell the story, because I personally believe that if you're able to take up such volunteering opportunities, there's a lot of skills and experience you gain whilst in school, so that when you are done and you're looking for a job, or even when you're looking for clarity, when you need clarity on what to do after school, it makes it easier. And you all started with being a Rotaractor. How did you get into the Rotaract space, and what pushed you there?
So that is actually a touching story. Now, back in 2014, I lost my dad. So I had to move from Tamale to Accra. And when I got to Accra, I mean, everything social life disappeared. Just book, home, school, home, school, home. So that's what I did till I got to the university. And when I got to the university, I was like, nah, this thing has to change. So during the orientation, clubs on campus will come. Oh, if you want, we are this on club, debaters club. If you want to join, write your name. I said, I'm going to write my name on any piece of paper that passes by. Oh, I wrote over 7 papers passed by. My names were on all, and it was only Rotaract that called.
Okay.
So they normally meet on Mondays. So I closed from lectures, and on my way home, when I got a call, oh, we have a meeting today, Rotaract, would you like to join? I was like, if I go, what am I going to do? Let me just go and join and see how things go. I went there and I was very impressed. The way people relate to each other, like, it was very nice. So I decided to join them. Yeah. So after joining them, the following semester, I was made the Sergeant at Arms, which is just like the person organizing and making sure meetings are held. The following semester, or the following Rotary year, I was made the club trainer, where I now train people who want to join the club.
Okay.
Then as time went on, I moved on to membership director.
Okay.
Then after membership director, I jumped straight to the president of the club.
So you went through the mill.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that it was through Rotaract that you met Supodiva.
Yeah.
Which is where you went to, you applied as a cleaner.
Yeah.
And then never had to touch the broom, never had to touch the mob or anything, but then you got your first role.
Yeah.
Walk me through that.
So we're having a program on campus, which was organized by my Rotaract Club of UPSA. That's after school, what's next? So one of the speakers was Mr. Serge Suroga, who by that time I didn't know who he was. He came to speak after school, what next? And one thing he mentioned was that after school, grow. That's just what he said. After school, grow. Thank you, and went to sit down. So we're all confused. So after the program, I took his contact. Then I was like, yeah, after school, don't just think that, okay, I did accounting, I'm going to focus on accounting. Develop a branch somewhere. Test the waters. That is when you see that you are adding value to yourself. So since then, I kept in touch with him. And one day, whilst we were on vacation, and I needed something to do, I called him. He didn't respond. Maybe he's busy. So I sent him a WhatsApp text. And I can remember it was on a Champions League night. So I was watching football.
The teams was playing Madrid.
Actually, it was in Madrid, but I can't remember which match.
Yeah.
So at Madrid, there's a certain sofa score, one of their shops over there. We go there to work. The place was choked.
Okay.
I was standing outside watching through the window. When I got a call and checked, it was him, and was like, he saw my message and he wants me to come in and have a word with him. I said, no problem. I went to him and I explained everything. And I said, I just needed something that can keep myself busy because I didn't want to stay at home just like that. So I want to apply for the cleaner. And he said, no problem. I should prepare and come on Monday. So on Monday, when I got there, the house was a bit unusual because the number of students there was enormous, very huge. And this was a school in Benin called Hersi.
Okay.
They normally come, they have this project for their final year students. where they bring them to Ghana as a Super Diva
to come and
to learn English for minimum 2 weeks, go back and
write the
exam. So during that period they were in, and when they splitted them, there was a spare group that didn't have a teacher. So here I am, somebody applying for cleaner. They asked me to handle the group that was. I said, no problem, I'll try my best. I tried and it became my job. So I didn't even know where the detergents were.
So did you ever feel, I mean, when that offer came to you, did you feel that you were below the offer that was given you when you were supposed to go and meet those students and then teach them for the first time? What was that feeling like?
No. So I was just, how would I say this? I just took it. I mean, I was going in for a clean. I just needed something to do. Even if he had told me to go and feed the dogs, I would have done it because I just needed to get busy.
Okay, out of home.
Yeah.
All right.
Just to get busy. And when the opportunity came, I took it. And
I asked that question because you went in, you joined Rotaract, then you became a trainer, you became the president. So I understand that you've had a way, you've understood how to train people, engage people. So this opportunity coming in now, you had already gone through processes that made it easy for you to actually apply or be able to do the tasks that you were assigned to do.
Yeah, looking at it, I'll say yes. I'll say, because one of the most difficult things to do is to organize a group of volunteers. One, they are not paid for what they do. Two, they have what they actually do on site. So this volunteer thing is just something they do when they are free, unless somebody who is passionate about it. I'm telling you, you can call for a meeting and you go there and 2 people join you out of a group of 50 something. So I think some experience helped me over there to take care of the students that I was asked to handle. And I think, it played a role.
I always say that, I'm sure anybody who has followed this podcast will understand. I say that when we sit back and look at our lives and we connect the dots, you realize that everything was just meant to be, because then one way or the other, one thing was preparing you for the next. When you connect those dots, that's how these things happen. And for yours, it came when you got a call from Rotaract asking you to come for a meeting, and that was it for you. Does the willingness to volunteer, do something for free, what does that mean to you? What does volunteering mean to you? Because you are volunteering for different organizations. What does volunteering mean to you?
Volunteering means a lot. And personally, I don't volunteer because of the money. Yes, I don't have money, but I don't volunteer because of the money. I just want, this organization, how do they do things? How do they think? I just need the experience. And I'm one person, I don't want to be in a room where when a topic comes up, I don't have anything to say. I always want to be part of the thing, what is happening. And that's what pushes me to volunteer. Yes, the organization will not be able to pick somebody on a full-time or part-time role to pay the person because they are stuck, but they have work to be done. I'll take it, give it to me.
You mentioned you're volunteering for a Canadian foundation.
Yeah.
What is that? What are they also into, and how did you get onto that platform also?
Okay, so that's Global Foundation Canada. So they are into public sector research writing and everything. They are a huge organization in Canada. And how I got them was, it was also on a vacation. I was at UPSA. That was UPSA first year. I was feeling bored at home. And I was like, let me try and search for something. So I went to the page of the United States Embassy, just scrolling through to read things. I saw some interesting thing. Then I said, okay, let me try Canada. I went to Canada and I saw something volunteer. I was like, this is nice. Let me try it. So I clicked on the link and there was this Google Sheets. So I didn't fill it to get selected. I just filled it just because I wanted to fill it.
Okay.
So I filled out the form and submitted it. And 2 days later, I got an email from them saying they would like to have me join an interview at 3:30 p.m. That day, I was going to play handball at the University of Ghana. So I said, no problem. I was in the trotro when it was time. So I joined on this meeting. They had just a few questions. I was like, thank you very much. The next day, they sent a link to me, that onboarding link. I should join. They are trying to onboard. Then that's how it started. So I was assigned to a lady. She was my supervisor, Danielle. She's a Canadian. And she took me through everything. So we were focusing on the Ontario province in Canada, where we research on agriculture, immigration, and government policies and write about them. So I research, write, send it to her. She verifies, we post it, and that is it.
So to be a man of many colors, I mean, what drives you and what are you aiming at? You mentioned that you want to run your own hustle like full time.
Yeah.
And what is driving you? What have you seen in that? Why would you want to run it, be an entrepreneur, full-time entrepreneur, when you haven't seen plenty money yet?
I always believe that being an entrepreneur, you play the ball to your own terms. Now, yes, I've done an 8 to 5 job before at Sopodiva, and there were things I was missing on my side. It keeps me out of my own life. When you go there, 8, work starts, you close at 5, you go, there's nothing else to do. But when you are doing it on your own, you set things aside. Okay, this is going to be done at this time, this is going to be done. Then you know how to schedule and have some time for yourself. 8 to 5, sometimes I'm done with what I'm supposed to do for the day, but I'm supposed to stay on campus because it's not 5 yet.
5 o'clock, you can't go home.
You can't go home. But if I'm an entrepreneur, I mean, I do it, I have all that else to do, then I go and do that one as well.
You have your first hustle running where you are coaching people to take various tests.
Yeah.
How did you get into that space and how is it going so far?
Okay, so it started at Sopodiva Training Center. So I'll call it Galamsey, just for I train students to acquire proficiency in English. But later I realized that most of the students want to do their degree and masters outside Ghana and even outside their own country. And if you are going to do that, you will need either IELTS test, TOEFL, GRE, or whatever you want. GRE, sorry. And Sopodiva, they are only running for TOEIC. Okay. And the whole of Ghana, Sopodiva Center is the authorized TOEIC center.
Okay.
So they're running TOEIC. So I was like, TOEIC 2 is mostly for those who are going to work.
Okay.
Why not find something for those who are going to do the education stuff? Then I spoke to some of the students and I was like, yeah, they want to start. So that was where I got my first batch from. And currently, one of my first students is in South Africa studying aviation.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, that's how it started.
You run a campus on wheels, and I say that because you don't have a physical space.
No.
You are teaching online, and I would say that COVID, for those of us who are also in the 8 to 5 space, COVID made it possible for us to see that not every meeting requires you to be there.
Yeah.
And even for me, school around then, I think my first year coursework was largely online. We had it was a hybrid system where there were days we take lectures online, and there were days we had to go. Ghana, that didn't look possible even in our universities until COVID hit.
Yeah,
it wasn't possible to have an online class until like COVID hit. Everybody had to go in there, and now here you are. Post-COVID, you have a business that you coach people online, and also you go to them where they are.
Yeah.
And you are still doing other things, and I mean, you are volunteering for another organization in Ghana. Then you mentioned that you are into environment, tree planting, a few things. How is that?
So that's Green Storation Ghana. So Green Storation Ghana was started by a close friend of mine who I met in Rotaract as well, Bismarck. So he started it and he reached out to me. Is this something I want to join? I said, that's fine. So we don't have how will I say, an office space or something. No. We summon ourselves online. So we have this platform on WhatsApp. Okay, on this day, we are all supposed to meet online, discuss on the next project to take, and go ahead and take it. So far, we have done quite a number of beach cleanups and tree planting exercises. Yeah.
You moved from working for someone, now working for yourself, still volunteering, and you want to go into the full time into the entrepreneurship space. I'll say you are in there. Yeah. You are in there now. What does the future look like for you? I mean, like, what kind of future do you envisage for yourself, knowing that the space, what you're doing is seasonal, and you are going to grow to employ other people, and you are going to have yourself before you started in your space where other people also want to lowball, reduce the price, cut you off. How does that look like for you?
Okay, so yes, this is just a starting point, but the future, wow, is going to be like a consortium. So I'm not just going to limit myself to the education aspect, because I'm trying to set up quite a number of businesses ranging from transport to agriculture, even to hospitalities. Yeah, so basically that's the dream, but the coaching is just something I currently have the funds for. The rest will come into the future. Yeah.
From your story, what is clear for me is you are willing to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
And this is your generation. You are the ones in now. And I'm wondering what made you or makes you think different. I mean, I've had people passing through here to volunteer. I've employed young people. The reactions are different. What drives you? What made you feel that? Or what makes you feel that you can start as low as a cleaner somewhere and build something through it?
Okay, so I'll just say I took that trait from my dad. So he was always asking this question: why won't you do it? Give me a reason why you can't do it. So after I lost him, I was forced to grow up and take that mantle. So first, anything I asked him. So even with the beginning, I was at a primary school called Faith Early Childhood Development Center. And I won't say the school was not good, but I knew myself then. So when he told me I was going to write an entrance exam to a different school, I was like, nah, I will fail. I will not go. I was like, go and fail. I was like, no problem. So I booked the entrance exam. I went to write. I was supposed to go to junior high 1. Funny enough, after the entrance exams, I was sent back to primary 5. So I was just like,
whoa,
this is not bad. Because after primary 5, I was like, I became like, I joined the real world. It's not all the time that you will be in a comfortable place. Sometimes you have to change and come. So I studied. And funny enough, when I was about to enter junior high 1 at Northern Star School Complex, it didn't make possible. I lost him there. So I had to move from that place to Accra and wrote entrance exam for junior high 2, and I passed.
So the class 5 bits moving from, instead of going to junior high 1, class 5 taught you some lessons.
Yeah.
You realize that you had to like sit up, learn. That is what these things do to you. You now you know that this is not where I'm supposed to be, but I am here. And if I don't put in the effort, this is where I'm going to be. This is how the future is going to look like. And I'm saying that because I have been in that shoe before. And I I was supposed to go to class 6. I didn't go to class 6. I had to repeat class 5. And I always say that for me was a turning point in my life, because for me, it was leave school, go chase money, and come back. So for me, at that very young age, it was leave school until I repeated class 5. My dad said if you won't go to the school, I didn't want to repeat the class. Telling my colleagues, and the class 5 and 6 class wasn't divided. So that's a hall we use for Wednesday worship. So more like the assembly hall. So class 5, you're facing the north, then the class 6 facing the south. So that's how the class was. And to be in the same space and see my friends there, and the way they will tease you and all that, I honestly didn't want to go back to class 5. So I stayed home for like 2 weeks. My father, every other man has carpentry tools in their home, so packed everything for me. And that was a turning point in my life where I said that. And from there onwards, I say that it was a change. Like I figured out that if I didn't study, this is where I was going to be. Not to say that carpentry is a bad calling, but I just felt that I had opportunity to go to school, and if I would take advantage of it, I could do better, or even do the carpentry in a better way. So that's it. So that's one thing that I have learned from repeating, staying behind, and all that.
Sure.
For you who is still here dreaming to do stuff in this age where tech is available, there are so many distractions. I am wondering what are your guiding principles? What are the things that are guiding you to do these things?
Okay, I won't say there's a guiding principle, but I'll say there's a motivation.
Okay.
And that motivation is my mom.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, I just don't want to leave this world without leaving an impact. And the first person who said that to me was my mom.
Right.
And that's what's just keep pushing me to do other things.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a few rapid questions for you now, about 5 questions.
Sure.
What would you say defines your journey so far? One word.
Defines my journey so far.
What defines your journey so far?
Adventurous.
Yeah. Willing to try. Biggest lesson you say that volunteering has taught you? Biggest lesson that volunteering has taught you? Yeah.
Not everything is about money.
Not everything is about money.
Yeah.
One skill that you think every young person should build.
One skill.
You think that every young person, no matter where you find yourself.
The soft skill?
Any skill. You
just have a growth mindset.
Have a growth mindset.
Yeah.
Any myth or misconception about entrepreneurship that has changed since you got into the space?
Any myth? Yeah. So basically, growing up, and I was like, you need to have a lot of money to be able to start your own business. And here I am. I've heard other stories that are a bit, I won't say untrue, but hard to believe. I started mine with 0 capital. What I invested in that was just my time, and it is paying off. So you can start your business without money, but with time. Yeah.
What one thing would you tell your 18-year-old self looking back?
One thing I would tell my 18-year-old self, wow. Stop procrastinating.
Thank you, Abdul Kahar, for being on the show. I must say that it's been, as I mentioned during the show, you are the youngest person I've interviewed. And the fact that you're willing to start somewhere and then to build on that, for me, is one thing that I think all of us, regardless of our age, should look at doing. Yeah. And I'm saying that because I've been there. And when you say that for you, you thought money, they say you need money to start a business, and that is not the case. I say that as a big truth. Sometimes all you need is a social capital and the fact that we can trust you that whatever it is that you say you do, you'll be able to deliver all it. Yeah, and then making the time available. When they say time is money, it means that when you put in time. You can actually make some money out of it.
Yeah.
So thank you once again for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I look forward to hosting you again in the next 4 or 5 years when you've actually done some of the things that you envisage yourself doing in the future.
Sure.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for hosting me.